Hey everybody, Recoil here, bringing you a video commentary on ZVZ between FXO Sheth and JulyZerg that happened this past MLG Columbus. And I'm Recoil. I'm going to be bringing a lot of new content for the Starcraft community in the very near future, so be ready for that. And right now we have FXO Sheth spawning in the 3 o'clock position as the red Zerg player, and in the 9 o'clock position we have the blue Zerg player, JulyZerg, spawning. And some of the stuff I'm going to be putting out includes 1 or 2 shows that I already have being thought up, also more video commentaries like this one, some build order tutorials, and my own gameplay, even though I'm pretty bad considering I'm only a gold level Terran, so let's not talk too much about that terribleness. And I also have a tournament that I'm going to be hosting coming up soon. It's going to be featuring a bunch of good pros from teams like Complexity, Rain, also I can't think of anyone else. There's a bunch more players, I just can't. Oh, EG, of course. How did I forget EG? And you guys definitely stay tuned and look forward to that. Maybe not stay tuned. Alright, and Sheth decides to throw down a gas first, which means he's going to be going for a really, really early Zergling speed, and that means he's going to be able to be very aggressive in the early game, especially if his opponent, JulyZerg, does not do the same. And his opponent is actually going for a 15 hatch, which means he's going to be ahead in the long term, as long as he can defend against Sheth's early aggression with his speed link, since JulyZerg's pool is about 30 seconds behind Sheth's. So basically, if he's able to defend, which is definitely possible, then JulyZerg should be in a good position for a longer game. And of course, this gas first kind of style was also something that happened a lot in Brood War, and actually a player who did it a lot was Sheth's opponent in this match, JulyZerg. And people found it very useful because obviously you get speed so quickly that you're able to be aggressive from the get-go and deny a lot, and actually get map control really early and deny a lot of scouting from your opponent. And right now we see that JulyZerg's pool is finished, and he's going to be getting up his own Zerglings to help defend against Sheth's Zerglings, which are currently in the middle of the map, being rallied straight into July's base. And if July, as I said, can hold this early pressure from Sheth, which is definitely possible because I think they'll have about the same amount of Zerglings out, then JulyZerg will be in very good shape for the rest of the game. And here we go, Sheth's Zerglings going into the natural of JulyZerg, but really unable to do anything. He didn't get any kills on any units, so it's really not looking as if this aggression is going to do too much. His speed is about 40 seconds away, and July's going to throw down a spine call, which is a great idea because now he's able to defend his ramp even if his Zerglings are a little out of position. And JulyZerg also has 2 queens out, so he's going to be ready to hold off things in his main to allow to stall time if Sheth's lings got up into his base for his own lings to get back. And right now Sheth's throwing down his own hatchery, which is kind of interesting because that means he's investing 300 minerals into his long-term economy game. But since JulyZerg already invested those and is now working toward his army, Sheth's going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage in the long game if he can't get any damage here in the near future. And right now we see Sheth is throwing down a Roach Horn and July is throwing down a Baneling nest. So really those Banelings that July's going to hope to get out really aren't going to be too effective, but as long as Sheth has some Roaches out, since Roaches really do end the early game of ZVZ laying Baneling aggression, because Roaches just tank hits from Banelings all day long. I'm not sure in the actual number of Banelings they can take. It's probably around 4 or 5, but don't quote me on that. Don't write that down in your Starcraft notebook, as Day9 says. Though he says write it down because he actually knows what he's talking about. And right now we see JulyZerg moving out across the map, warping in about 5 Banelings, and he's going to try to go for an attack right now. And Sheth is right now just mining from both of his bases, and he has some roaches out, so the banelings won't do that much, but the Zerglings might be able to get a couple drone kills, which will put JulyZerg in a really good position. As I said, since July had his base up early, his hatchery and his expansion up earlier, he's going to be in a real good position going forward, since Sheth wasn't able to get any pressure on. And right now, it looks like Sheth's just going to sacrifice this natural, which is going to put him even farther behind, and I really don't think that's going to be a really good place for Sheth. Sheth's actually temporary supply block because of that, though he does have an Overlord coming out in a couple seconds. But yeah, right now, Sheth is at an enormous disadvantage, and as long as JulyZerg puts up a Roach Warren soon, he will be able to put on some pressure in the near future and just basically be able to end this game. And there is his Roach Warren right here. So we'll see what he can do from this point forward. But Sheth's probably gonna either all in or try to remake this hatch. The remake the hatch is pretty risky considering his hatch is still hasn't really gotten any mining out of it, while JulyZerg's been mining for a considerably long amount of time. And Sheth's about to lose another Overlord while going through July's base. And right now we see July just hiding his lings out over here, which is actually a pretty common tactic that you'd also see in Brood War. And it's basically so that if he's able to find out when Sheth moves out with his army, he's just going to go in for a counter. And let's see if that's what happens if Sheth tries to push out right here in the near future. And yeah, Sheth's going to go for this expansion, and we'll see if he's able to pull back in this game. He is down, I mean, he is up 6 supply, but looking at the income tab, he's down 4 drones, which is considerable in CVC. And here we go, JulyZerg trying to get up and attack this natural. No, he's going to go right into the main and go for the mining line. No, he's just going to block Sheth out of his own base and now go for the mining line. In response, Sheth throws down a spine caller to help defend. Sheth is going to lose this queen too, and really Sheth's amount of larvae right now is going to be so far behind what July's been able to produce. July's been on 2 hatcheries with 2 queens for most of the game, and Sheth has been on 1 hatchery and 1 queen for most of the game, so JulyZerg is really playing ahead right now. And as this happened, Sheth went for a frontal attack with his roaches, but since July had his own roaches, it really was vastly ineffective. All the Zerglings get cleaned up in Sheth's main and mineral line, and let's look at the income tab. Yeah, Sheth is very far behind. He's down 6 harvesters, and let's look at the units tab. Army-wise, he's about even, but with 14 lings of production for JulyZerg, it looks like he's just going to push for the win here, since right now he is about 15 supply up at any time from Sheth. And right now we see JulyZerg clearly looking to push in the rather near future, and I should probably exit that out. And here we go. The attack coming in. Here we go. All the banelings doing damage to these roaches. See, they just took all those banelings, no problem. But it still doesn't look like it's going to matter. He's just going to push in here and kill off most of these roaches. How many roaches do he have? Plus he has 9 roaches against 10. Plus this reinforcement of lings is just going to put him so far behind. And that's just not where Sheth needs to be. He's down 30 supply, and that's basically going to be GG any second now for Sheth. And JulyZerg is going to take this game. And this queen's going to go down, and there's just nothing Sheth can do here. There's a GG, and thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you guys look out for some of my future stuff. I'm going to be hosting a tournament and going to be doing more of these replays, so be sure to check my YouTube, which you're most likely watching now, and in the description, be sure to check out all those links where you can find me. Alright, guys.